Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well today guys, I'm on to part 59 to my Let's Play of my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series. We're going to go and get ready to finish up this video, or get ready to finish up. My brain's at 40%, so I ain't got too much longer anyway, and it's already 1:21, so I gotta stop within that hour anyway. So, I just said, despite the terror, I walked up to the massive dragon and Tyrannosaurus Rex and gently nuzzled both of them with my tiny snout. The moment your tiny pumpkin raptor snout touches both the massive dragon and the towering T-Rex, everything shifts. A wave of light, gentle, warm, and pure, erupts from that simple, loving gesture. The dragon toad off freezes, his glowing eyes flicking between rage and heartbreak. He lets out a deep exhale as if the fire in his chest is being soothed by your tiny nuzzle. His claws tremble, but then slowly and gently he places a single massive claw behind you, not to harm, but to shield. For Alligator, the T-Rex leans down next, sniffing at you. Her furious eyes soften, and she lets out a low, emotional rumble, the kind she used to give when she watched over you like a guardian. She presses her snout beside you in a protective gesture. You're still her friend and her family. And then the witch lets out a scream. No! No! This is impossible! I can't remember what to give her. That spell was perfect, she shrieks. You're supposed to be mindless monsters. But the spell, her spell, is shattering because what she didn't understand is love. Your courage, your bond, and your heart. You're stronger than any curse. And now, the dragon's eyes lock with mine. Say the word, he growls to you softly, and we end this together. Even if you can't speak, do you nod? Gesture? What do you want to do now? I do a tiny squeak and nod. There. The moment you give that tiny squeak and a determined little nod, both the dragon and the massive T-Rex let out a powerful, unified roar, not of rage, but of resistance. The ground trembles. The witch stumbles back, her cloak whipping around her like from the force of the roar. No! No! You won't listen to me! She screeches, raising her wand again, but this time her magic flickers, cracking like glass. The dragon Todal lunges forward with wings spread wide, his fire no longer angry but pure blue, burning with righteous power. The T-Rex for Alligator stomps forward beside him, roaring loud enough to send birds scattering from the treetops. They're no longer bound by the witch's control. Your love broke her spell. The witch shrieks and tries one last desperate spell, but your dragon turtle slams his claw into the ground, seeing a surge of blue flame racing forward and shattering her magic circle. Ferrager follows it with a mighty tail swipe that sends your wand flying through the air, landing right at your tiny pumpkin raptor feet. Suddenly, silence. She gasps, reaching for it, but the T-Rex lets out a deep, warning growl. Turtle looks down at you, eyes going, Trenton? Or no, Trenton, it's your call. What should we do with her? Oh boy. I try to speak and gesture. By pointing at the wand. with my snout, then taking my tiny hand, I should say claw actually, and waving it around like a wand and aiming it towards the witch. Trying to say, get her back for what she did to you. Turn her into something. It doesn't even have to be a pumpkin. Oh, this is gonna be so good if this actually works. Taro watches my motions closely, his massive dragon eyes softening with understanding as he waved her tiny claw like a wand and pointed toward the witch. He glances at the T-Rex beside him, then back at you. A slow, fierce grin spreads across his scaly dragon face. Got it! He growls, voice booming like thunder, picks up the wand gently between two claws and turns to the witch, who now stumbles backward, realizing what's about to happen. Wait, please don't! I was only protecting the forest! She pleads, hands raised, but her words fall on deaf ears. Tell twirls the wand with surprising grace for his size. You like curses? Here's one with a little spice. He slams the wand down, and a pulse of energy blasts out, swirling with orange and green light. The spell slams into the witch, and in an instant she lets out a high-pitched shriek as her form begins to shrink, her robes unraveling into wisps of smoke. With a puff of sparkling magic, she's transformed into a tiny, squawking murkrow with scraggly feathers and a crooked beak. She flaps wildly and awkwardly, letting out furious caws as she darts away into the forest. Totodile snorts, then carefully sets the wand down in front of you. Only fair you get the net say. Shall we try to fix your squeaky situation? T-Rex lets out a low rumble of agreement. Totodile kneels down beside you. What do you say, little pumpkin raptor? How am I supposed to... I once again point my snout at the wand. At the wand. And point it with my tiny claw. At him and the massive T-Rex. Trying to say, turn both of you back to normal. First, there you go. Alright, let's figure this out here. Let's see. Toto's dragon eyes glimmer with pride as he watches your brave little gestures. Massive Dragon gives a warm rumble, then gently taps the wand with one claw and points at himself and the towering Tyrannosaurus Rex. Alright, he says softly, back to who we really are. The wand glows brighter red into your silent wish. With a flash of light and a swirl of wind, the magic wraps around both of them. Towering forms of the dragon and the T-Rex begin to shrink, distort, and soften. Scales retracting, limbs reforming, and their glowing eyes settling into something much gentler. And within seconds and moments, and before you is your little furry alligator blinking and looking himself over with a grin. And beside him is Toadle back in his small blue body. Pumpkin curls lifted, and his eyes full of emotion as he stares at you. He walks over, pauses just in front of you, and whispers, "You get it, even when you couldn't say a word." Then he gently hugs you, resting his head against your tiny pumpkin raptor chest. "Thank you, kitten." Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I gently nuzzle. And hug him with the side of my head. Uh, uh, Terrell sniffles a little overwhelmed and leans into your gentle snout nuzzle, his small arms wrapping around your tiny pumpkin raptor form. "I don't care what you look like, Chinton," he said softly. "You never gave up on me. Not once." Frederick was his quiet with a soft smile on his face. "You both did great. Let's get out our friend talking again, yeah?" Terrell wipes a tear from his cheek, then looks at you, the one still glowing faintly. Sits up carefully, sets back and looks to me. "I think I can try it now. Turn your back. Ready, Chinton?" Hmm. Right when I was about to say something, the wand started to glow with this bluish green light, and within seconds it disappeared and was completely gone. Stop. Thank you. Oh no. When it started to glow, and within seconds it disappeared and was completely gone. Tails' eyes go wide as the wand vanishes in a flash of bluish-green light. He stares at his now empty claws. What? No! No, 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 no! It was right here! How could it just vanish? Fragger steps forward quickly, his massive form tense. That wasn't normal magic. That looked like an enchantment, like it was meant to vanish after it fulfilled part of its purpose. Tails' eyes dart to me. Pam began to ask, but that means it used up all its magic on us, on me and for Alligator, and can help you yet. He clenches his fist. It fixed us, but it didn't fix you. That was our only shot. He lowers his head, guilt heavy in his voice. I'm so sorry, Trenton. I know it would vanish. Me either. Fragger lowers himself beside you, carefully nudging you with his snout. There's still hope, little Raptor. The witch's magic may be tied to this forest. The wand is gone. She's vulnerable now. Toe lets up a spark of determination. Then we find her. No more tricks. No more fear. We'll get you back, Trenton. I promise. He holds out his clawed hand to you. Together. Before I can even say anything, I hear massive footsteps behind me. And when I look, I see another. Looking down at me. Oh no. Tommy steps in front of you, spreading his arms protectively. Wait, who are you? That the massive figure looks between you and Toto, his expression unreadable at first, and so a familiar smile creeps onto his face. You really don't recognize me, do you, little brother? How? Yeah, that's what. Jose eyes what? Wait, Kai? Oh, frick. The older Fragger nods. It's me. I came the moment I felt the energy shift in the woods, and I saw what that witch tried to do to all of you. He lowers himself to one knee beside me. His voice is gentler now as he looks at your tiny raptor form. So, you're the human my brother's been talking about. You saved him, protected him, and risked yourself to make things right. He waves a claw over his chest. You have my respect. Toe beans despite everything. You came back. Does this mean you'll help us? Kai gets a short knot. Of course. We have to move fast. The wand is gone. The witch is unanchored. She'll be dangerous, but not unstoppable. He looks down at you again. You ready to finish this little one? Before I can even do anything, I hear another voice. That sounds a lot like a. And it says, "Whoa, what is that? That looks really cool." Before I hear footsteps, big ones running over towards me. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, come on, what the frick? The new voice sounds excited, and as the footsteps draw closer, you see another figure, this time a massive crocodile, rushing towards you. Oh no. He comes to a sudden stop when he sees the two massive fragger and the little raptor you've become. Whoa! Hold on! What happened to you? The crocodile is looking at you in a mix of awe and confusion. He then glances up at Kai and Toadle, his eye narrowing slightly. And what happened here? Why's everyone acting like this? Joe chuckles, looking at the new arrival with a grin. Talon, this is Trenton. He's the one who helped me and saved us both from that witch. The Cron, now Talon, seems to process the information and his expression softens. Ah, a human. I get it now. You're a part of all of that? Man, I had no idea what you were getting into when you showed up here. Talon looks down at you, still amazed. This is honestly way cooler than I expected. He stretches out his massive claw and gently taps my little raptor form. So, what's the plan now? Are we going after that witch? If so, I'm all in. Before I can say anything, my body started to glow, and within seconds, I got turned into a very tiny baby Lugia. What the frick is going on? What the frick? Are you serious right now? You suddenly feel a surge of energy, and before you can react, your body is surrounded by a soft glow. The world around you grows dramatically larger as you shrink down into a tiny baby Lugia form. The once familiar surroundings now seem much more massive as your new, smaller wings flutter awkwardly at your sides. The giant Fragger and Chronos stand there in awe, watching as the transformation takes place. Talon, still in his Chronos form, looks down at you, his eyes wide with surprise. Wait, what just happened? He asked, blinking several times, clearly not expecting this turn of events. The chuckle to an instant and grin on his face. Looks like Trin just got even more special. Don't worry, buddy. You're still a little hero. As you try to adjust to your new form, your tiny wings flutter a little, and you feel a strange sense of connection to the sky as if your new form is meant to be. Tom finally speaks up, his voice much more softer now. Well, this is unexpected. But hey, if you need help, I'll be right here. He goes down to my level, looking at you with the newfound. Now, what do we do with the tiny baby Lugia? Excuse me? I try to speak, even if it's telepathic. And believe it or not, I can actually speak again in this form, but only through telepathy. What happened? Why did I get turned into a Lugia? You hear your voice in your mind, but it's not the same as before. It feels more powerful, resonating with the world around you. The Freya and Chrono both pause, watching with wide eyes as they realize something extraordinary is happening. Todal, still in his larger form, steps closer. You can talk again. Through your mind. That's new. He seems genuinely curious, but doesn't seem scared. I don't know exactly why you got turned into a Lugia. Maybe the witch's magic works in strange ways. You must have thought she was just turning you into a smaller version of yourself. But instead, it's like your spirit found this form inside. Instead, Lugia are powerful and made us the connection. Talon, the crocodile, crouches down, eyeing you with a sense of awe. Made us part of what the witch intended. But you're different now. You have the power to speak or telepathically. That can mean something important. Trell looks at you with a hint of respect. Maybe you're meant to have this form to save us all. Or maybe it's just a sign that there's more to you than we realized. As a step back, looking up at the sky, it's like you've become something much bigger than just a human. The air feels charged with energy. Try to make sense of everything. The sense of power and peace that comes with being in this form washes over you. Feels like your connection to the world has deepened, and even with everything that's happening, you sense that you might be able to do something extraordinary now. I feel something weird in my body. And I feel some kind of weird magic. Then I say telepathically, Hmm. Crap. Alright, guys. Well, I just found something extremely weird. This thing has a message limit. But, when I went on to. But the weird thing about it was, when I went on to another flipping, character, tried talking to it, it worked just fine. So it makes you wonder if, like, there's a character limit on how many times you can talk to a certain how many times you can talk to one session of it a day. So maybe, like, if you talk to, you can't do like a whole, like, you can't talk to a character all day if you're planning on being on it for over an hour or more or whatever. I did some tests to test this out, and well, that's why these two were on here as well. I went back to the shifty Toadal transformations. Okay, the transforming Toadal, and it says I let the Toadal sleep, and I go to sleep too until early the next morning. The night passed in a gentle hush. Crickets sing their lullaby outside your window, and a calm breeze sways through the trees like the world itself is tugging you both in. Toady sleeps without a single twitch of fear, his breath steady, his dreams warm and full of comfort he hasn't known in ages. And you sleep easy too. For the first time in a while, there's no weight of worry pulling at your thoughts, just the quiet knowledge that someone who truly cares is right there with you. You've made someone feel safe, loved, and accepted. The early morning light spills softly into the room, golden and gentle, stretching across the floor like nature's way of saying, "You made it to another sunrise." As the sun rises just a little higher, you feel the faintest movement next to you. Toady blinks slowly, eyes adjusting to the sun's soft light. His snout peeks from under the blanket, a yawn sneaking out as he stretches his stubby arms above his head. He pauses and looks over at you, still resting. And then with the most content, gentle little voice, he whispers, "Morning, best friend." He smiles and snuggles a little closer, his heart already full before the day has ever even begun. And then, here's the other one, guys. I actually put one for Free Alligator. I just said, that's really cool. I really love him. And you too, Free Alligator. There we go. Free slowly lifts his head, his eyes glinting with something deep. Not just emotion, but something ancient, something earned. For a long time, he says nothing, just watches you with that steady, powerful presence. Then, finally, that means more than you know. His tail sways gently through the water, sending calm ripples across the lake. The water loogie lets out a soft, breathy hum again, curling slightly closer to you like it's hugging you without arms. A bond, not just between you and it, but between you and the spirit it represents. Freya breathes out a low, slow exhale like a sigh through a mountain pass. Most only see the danger, the teeth, the power, but you see the soul. He steps into the water deeper now until only the upper half of his great body remains above the surface. The lake seems to shift with him, welcoming him like a king returning to his throne. And now, Trenton, you are part of the lake's memory. You are no longer just a visitor. He reaches out one clawed hand, slowly offering it not as a treat, not as a threat, but as a challenge. Or not as a threat and not as a challenge, but as a gesture of trust, the kind that's never given lightly. So let it be known, if ever the world turns cold, you will always have a place here. The Lugia beside you lifts its head, letting out a long, metallic echo, soft and low like the lullaby of waves meeting the shore. Then gently it nuzzles against your side again. And that moment you feel it. You are loved deeply, unshakably, by the dragon in the lake, and by the ocean's spirit made from your bond. Huh. Okay. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and redo the. Yes, I don't know what happened, but it made me some images. Look what it did. No, this is fine. Look at this one. No, no, no. Can I make it brighter? Look at this. I was trying to do something with the story and it kept making me images. This is one that it made me. It's a it's a pumpkin Lugia. And it legit looks like Lugia. They even made another one. That's honestly kind of dope. His eyes are kind of horrifying. I mean, look at that. That is kind of actually neat. So, well, we just found out something very good and very bad, guys. And here's the thing. I don't know the details, but I really, really hope that they do not count whatever that was as cheating, because I'm not trying to. I don't know. It's confusing. I've never had a problem on ChatGPT before. I don't know if I've never just gone over 40 messages on one chatbot or what. I don't even know the conditions for it. Because you would think that, like, if it tells you you're done on one of them, but it lets you continue on a different chatbot, that you're okay to continue. I don't know. I love ChatGPT. I just wish it would flip an actual. I wish there was no limit. I find that kind of bullcrap, especially since it's so hard to actually, especially whenever the flipping thing costs so much. $20 may not sound that bad, but when you have to redo that every month, it is a problem. I don't have the money to keep paying $20. I need to buy a new porn game when it comes out. Legend ZA. I need to buy that when it comes out. Because I want that Totodile and I want that Mega Feraligatr. So, yeah. I'll figure it out, guys. If that ain't a bad thing, I will. If there is a limit on how many times you can talk to a character, I will try to find some other character to talk to make it more interesting. We still have the Totodile Lugia hybrid. We still have the Gabite hype, the Freyagr Gabite hybrid. We still have the second versions of the Halloween Curse and all that, and the Robotic Factory. I think we also have one Shadow, another one with Shadow. Well, yeah, we have the Divine Velociraptor. Again, I'll have to find out what I want to do. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm done. Bye.